Do you really struggle to get out of your head, to get more into your heart? And you're so caught up in the mind that it just stops you from progressing forward or doing what you really want to do. Well, today I'm going to talk about why it's really important for you to get out of your mind into your heart, my own personal struggles, but triumphs in getting out of the head into the heart, and 3 steps for how you can get into your heart on a more regular basis. Welcome back to my channel, The Self-Esteem and Confidence Mindset, with me, Johnny Pardo, here to help you boost your self-esteem and confidence. If you want a range of videos on self-esteem and confidence, then be sure to subscribe to my channel or hit the bell to be notified when I release a new video every Tuesday and Thursday. So I've recently been at an event, and the event was Date with Destiny with none other than Tony Robbins. If you're watching this channel, you probably know who he is, but he's one of the biggest names in personal growth. Anyway, he did a lot on relationships and going from your head to your heart, and really getting in touch with our true values and belief. It was mind-blowing. I felt a lot of emotions, and I've kind of been sharing a lot since. But it's really important we get from our head into our mind, into our heart even, because that's the place. Our heart knows what's right and what's good for us. Now, we have a mind, of course, and we need to think about things. But when we do things more from our heart, we're going to feel more joy. When we do things from our heart, we're going to be more connected with others. And think about it. When you've been more connected with others, how did you feel? Probably an awful lot better. Because when you're around people and you're giving to people and they're giving to you, so it works both ways, it works really, really well. Think about when you've had a really good conversation with someone and you've really connected, you feel a lot better, and that's driven from the heart. And I'm not just talking about close romantic relationships, because I don't have one of those currently. I'm talking about any relationships when you're connecting with people, and that's driven from the heart. When you're doing something and you really know why you want to do it, then you're going to have even more of a drive to succeed. Because if we're just thinking I should do that because logically it'll make me more money and I can do this and this, it's only going to give you so much drive. But if you've got true inspiration, you're doing something from the reasons from your heart, then you're going to feel an awful lot more inspiration in order to achieve. Okay, so that's a little bit about why you need to get into the heart. Also, the heart is a very beautiful place. When I've been into the heart after that event, I was in tears with how beautiful things are. When you start seeing people for the fact that they may be people who are doing wrong or struggles, obviously there's bad things happening and people can't be excused for those. There's some terrible things in the world, but sometimes people might just lash out at us because they're hurting. Hurt people do hurt things to others, but when you start seeing the world in a more loving place, it's going to create such beauty for you. I'm talking a bit deep today, a bit different, but I feel like it needs to be said. So when you start seeing the world in a more beautiful, beautiful way, you're going to feel so much better and you're going to connect with people a lot more. So that's why it's really important to get to the heart. So now what I'm going to give you is a couple of personal examples when I've been caught so much in the mind rather than the heart. And actually a couple of examples when I have been more in the heart and it's worked out well for me. So let's go through these. My first one is a big share that I shared, and if you haven't heard this before, it's quite an open one, big thing for me to share. But at 29 years old, so I've never been in a long-term relationship, and actually I've heard a couple of people say something similar, and for me it was like, wow, I'm not alone anymore, because I'd heard of people who were basically who had bad relationships that hadn't worked, and it impacted my self-esteem. And I really wanted to help anyone, because I know how painful it is to be in a really dark place where you don't like yourself. And it really hurts me to hear when people were in such a bad place that they no longer want to be alive. That's obviously the worst case scenario. But I can't imagine how much pain they're in, but I can feel how much pain you can be in when you just don't like yourself. And for me, going back to the point, when I felt like, wow, I've never had a long-term relationship. I've been dating, seeing girls, but I've never, as much, I've just never been able to connect, and it really, really hurt me to kind of think I was so alone in that way. Obviously, I'm taking action now, and it's difficult, but going on dating sites and things like that. But most of it is because I was caught up so much in my head. And other areas I've succeeded because I've been in my heart, I've been going on instincts, I've been enjoying stuff. That's why things like my social life, my family life thrive, because I go with my heart. But I'll get caught so much in the head of like, right, okay. And I read a lot. If you know me, I'm a big reader. I love reading anything personal development. And I read loads of books on dating, the theories, what you say. I wasn't using pickup lines, cheesy pickup lines or anything like that, but it was more like, right, I need to do this much of the talking, I need to let them do the talking, I need to leave a pause there, I need to hold eye contact for that long. And when I'd be in dates or company of girls, it'd be like thinking about that all the time rather than being my genuine self. And yeah, as a result, they could feel the connection wasn't there. Now, sometimes I'd be on a date 3-4 times with girls, seeing them for a bit, maybe a month or so. But eventually they'd feel that disconnect because I was so in my head, and I've only just, I've just realised this, like in the last few months, that it's just been the disconnect of how much I've been in my head rather than being in my heart and just being me and allowing me to be me. Because when I'm myself, I'm my funny, adventurous self, I realise how well I connect with my friends and family. And actually, I have done that in the past of dates, and they've started to, we really liked each other. But then when I started getting in my head, it stopped me because my mind started saying, right, you need to calm down, you need to be careful, you don't want to ruin this or mess this up. And then I start following all these theories. So that's an example of when I got caught so much in my mind, and I realised I've got to get more in my heart now. My second example was when my social life wasn't so good, in instances in university, and I'd just be thinking, and then getting in bad states, drinking too much, as I've mentioned that I've done in previous videos. And then I'd be thinking, right, they must not be talking to me because of this, and this, rather than going with the heart and enjoying who I was and then just reaching out and talking to people. That's when I had challenges in my social life. But when I started to do the opposite, started to enjoy who I am, started offering support to people, taking an interest in people, that's when my social life started to thrive. Just me being me and showing interest in people and spending more time understanding them. So that's when it got better and it got to the heart. When I've also had better moments in the heart, it's been when I've joined groups and events, things I just felt like instinct were right for me. When I've joined groups, even though the price was a bit, I felt it was right in my heart and it was going to progress me. And I've made a really good decision. I haven't regretted it. So like things like joining business breakthrough groups, personal development events, Tony Robbins has made me feel amazing because I've connected with so many people and it's felt right for me, even though you've got the mind going, you can't afford this, when actually you can always afford, you can't always afford everything, but you can make ways of getting something you really want. And that's when I've led with my heart a little bit more. The other thing I've done with my heart was creating content like this, videos, books, podcasts, and it's felt amazing because people have reached out and said, thank you so much, you've been helping me. And it's just being me, true me, and creating, and I love doing that. So that's when it's worked in my favour. So going with the heart in those instances has really, really helped me. Okay, so you're probably wondering, okay, Johnny, how do I get more into the heart? Right, I'm going to go into 3 tips for you now. The first one is including other people in your goal. So when you set goals, fantastic, brilliant. Great that you've got goals, ambitions, try and make them specific and time bound. You may have come across SMART, specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time bound. Now that's a good way to set a goal because if we don't have deadlines, they're just a wish. But if you look at why you want it, that's really important. But if you start including others in them, that gets you into the heart. So if you want to make money, nothing wrong with making money. I want to make money. I want to make a certain amount by middle of next year, the end of next year. But start to include how others are going to be impacted by your goals, because that really gets you into your heart. Like, how much money am I going to give to my family? What am I going to give to charity? Tony Robbins, for example, he donates he's donated millions and millions to the Tony Robbins Foundation over the years, and he gets people to do it on his events. Massive leader like him, but he comes from the heart and he really wants to help people. and he feeds people who are going hungry because he really, really wants to help. So that's heart driven. Think about how your goals are going to impact on other people, because that will get you more into the heart. Do something kind each day. Now, we don't have to be sending someone £1 million or even money, any money. Just saying thank you, just saying hello, congratulating someone on something, saying hello, complimenting someone on their social media. Social media can be a difficult place, but we can make it more beautiful by complimenting people and things. Send someone a message, someone lonely, maybe give a little bit of money to someone homeless. The other day I gave someone £5 in the street, and it felt great that I was giving someone something. And just doing those little acts of kindness get you into the heart a little bit, rather than being trapped in the head. And it can be anything. Just think of something kind you can do every day, because that will get you into the heart. Number 3 is sitting in silence with yourself every day and just thinking about what you want to do, what's great in your life, and how you can connect with yourself a little bit more. Now, this is focusing on you, but think about your emotions and the true you. And as I've mentioned in a previous video, there's a video on the inner child meditation, when you or visualization, when you're really visiting the younger version of you, understanding what they're going through and talking to them. It can get emotional, but that really gets you into the heart rather than the mind too much. Just check that video out if you haven't, but the idea is to talk to yourself if you're 2, 3 or 4 years old, and seeing how they are, what's up, slowing yourself down, understanding what's up, what you can do, and telling that 2, 3, 4-year-old version of you that you love them. They're always loved and you're going to be there for them. So that's my 3rd tip. Thank you very much for watching today. So as I've summarized today, it's really important that you try and get into your heart as much as possible when making decisions, when connecting with people, rather than the mind. The mind can get very egotistic. It can get very, right, oh my God, generalizing, blowing things out of proportion, trying to keep you safe. Whilst if you get into the heart, you feel like you're real you, who you are, connecting with other people, but also going towards your goals with more drive because you've got inspiration from other people. So that's really, really important in terms of getting out of your head to your heart. If, of course, you are really struggling to get out of your head to your heart, or perhaps you want to like yourself that bit more, get that more confidence, then I do this. I have these conversations regularly with my clients on a one-to-one basis in terms of what things they can do to feel better, whether it's an act of kindness for themselves or others. So if you're interested in working on a one-to-one coaching basis where we can help you really boost up your self-esteem and confidence so it will play a good impact onto other people as well, then drop me an email, coaching@johnnypardo.com. Thank you as always for watching my video. If you've enjoyed it, please be sure to give it a like, just so it can reach more people and we can get the message across. And of course, you can subscribe to my channel or hit the bell to be notified when I release a new video every Tuesday and Thursday. Thanks once again for watching. I really appreciate you. Until next time, never skip Self-Esteem Day.